Are we working too hard or have we gone too soft? We may have built our nation on hard work, but some say enough is enough and it's time to down tools.
France. It's given us a lot of things. The Eiffel Tower, Old Mona, snails. And in 2017, workplace laws essentially allowing the right to disconnect.
Work is really creeping into people's personal lives, and workers are telling us that they constantly feel the need to be switched on.
Imagine this, you can tell your boss to get nicked or ignore their calls outside of working hours. A pipe dream? Well, maybe not.
We're calling for the right to disconnect to be legislated.
Ever since COVID and working from home became a thing, the lines of our work-life balance boundaries blurred. On March 9 this year, the Senate Committee on Work and Care released a report. It recommended the government have a good think about legislating a right for workers to disconnect outside of work hours, requesting the Fair Work Commission review the 38-hour working week and even trialling a 4-day work week.
Thank you.
Workers are working harder than ever.
And Imogen Sturi from the Australian Services Union is leading the push to do less.
People are taking work home, but also, again, I think it's just this changing expectation that your phone's on you, so therefore you should be available 24/7 as well.
I think it's quite rude. That's part of your freedom, right? You're not, businesses don't own you.
It depends what industry and what job you're in, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, if I had an emergency at work, I would expect to be contacted.
Bosses would only call you if it's important, so I guess if there's something that needs to be done, it needs to be done.
You've got to knock off work and just relax, have family time and enjoy time with kids, I guess. Life's too short.
The union reckons 70% of us are doing unpaid overtime.
Unless it's an emergency, no. I'm not on call. You're not paying me for my time.
So, what do bosses think of a law allowing the right to disconnect?
It's just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
No surprises there.
If they were to bring this in, I think it would be a really sad indictment on our country and the way we have operated, the way we have grown up over the last 100 years.
Nicole Duncan from the Commercial Property Group is one of the brave CEOs willing to speak out.
We are becoming more snowflake.
In other words, soft.
I think what's happened with COVID and the style of working that has, come from that I get people all the time saying, really, I know I'm taking the mickey, but I'm going to do it as long as I can.
Nicole says a one-size-fits-all law would destroy productivity.
France is heading towards 7.5% unemployment rate, where they have tried to bring in a policy similar to what we're talking about. I think that'll be a bit of a reality check for most people.
Well, it's one of the important employment and industrial issues of the day, both here in Australia and certainly overseas.
Imagine, though, if the police, ambos and fireys just clocked off. Barrister Ian Neal specialises in industrial law.
Fixed rules, legislated rules from above, they were tried in Europe, in France and in Italy, and there it was found that one size truly does not fit all.
He says balance is the key.
Well, if a right to disconnect is to find its way into our industrial laws, then it should do so in a way that allows for individual workers and individual businesses to negotiate directly about the way in which that right will work for them.
Something many businesses are doing already.
Some of these CEOs need to get a bit tougher and get amongst their staff and create a nicer environment than they are to work in. It's got to be a more lifestyle environment. I think that's the key. Then you'll get a bit more give and take, I hope.
Others reckon it's been lopsided for too long, and the holiday should end for the top end of town.
It's important that workers are looked after, because if you've got people who are saying that their mental health is detrimentally impacted, that their social and family lives are impacted, we don't think that's good for productivity in the workplace.